Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you back. Remember to subscribe, like, and drop your comments in the comment sections. I'll be excited to read them. Yeah, this is Joan Bironji once again on the intersection. So previously I had a video that was quite different from what I was presenting in the previous time. So today I want us to complete the other previous topic of teenage pregnancy. Yeah, I felt I had to drop in the other video because it just caught my mind. I felt I needed to talk about something different. So today I want us to go back to my previous video, the teenage pregnancy, and I'm here to provide the solutions of teenage pregnancy. So many bodies, the government, different agencies, NGOs, so many people, advocates, have come up to talk about teenage pregnancy, have come up to give solutions to teenage pregnancy. And among the information that I collected, I managed to come up with 6 solutions. Of course, there are so many, they are not limited to only 6 solutions. There are so many solutions that we can do. Me and you, the parent, the teenager, anyone can do to stop teenage pregnancy. So when I looked back, I realized that as a person or a guardian or a mother, because usually it is the mother that is supposed to be parenting, or anybody, okay, the guardian for that case where the mother is not around, you have to be aware of your sexual values and attitudes. When you are aware of your sexual values and attitudes, it's going to be easy for you to communicate them to another person. Unlike in a situation where you actually don't know what you believe in, what your attitude is towards a certain activity, but once you're sure of your sexual values and attitudes, it's going to be very easy for you to communicate them without fear. Yeah. Then you should also be a friend to your child. By the way, this is something that is so confusing sometimes, because parents and all guardians, sometimes they think, okay, if I can provide for your basic needs, I can pay your school fees, I can give you food, that's enough for the child. Sometimes it's not, my dear. Sometimes it's not. Me, I was lucky that my mother was really very close to me. She was my friend. So the reason as to why we have to be friends to our kids is, first and foremost, we all know what we talk about, or what we talk about when we are with our friends. There is that kind of freeness, openness, sort of a thing. So if you're not a friend to your child, the child is not going to open up to what he feels or she feels is affecting her. Yeah. So we have to make sure that these children or the teenagers feel very free to open up. Because I remember when I was growing up, of course I had so many shortcomings, challenges, and trust me, I would have no doubt discussing them with my mother, and it has helped me. Therefore, I guarantee this. So try to make sure that you're friends to your children, or to the teenagers, but also to the teenagers. Make these parents your friends at the same time. Yeah, let it be two-way. Try to make sure that your mother finds it easy for you to communicate with her, or you find it easy to communicate with her, because this is going to help you to avoid, to ask all the information that you need, to avoid all the things that can come along because of ignorance. Okay, then the third point is always supervise and monitor your children. Yeah, sometimes we work, we are not home, and we literally do not know what our children are doing. Yeah, they are playing in the neighborhood, we don't know what they. So each time you're out there and you're not with your child, ask yourself, what are they doing? So this is going to help you to monitor and supervise them. You are always supposed to be in the know of what your child is doing, because if you do not know, then who else is going to know? They can engage in anything which is harmful to them, any behavior that is not nice, any sexual activities, and they're going to become pregnant. So I always encourage the parents, the guardians, to supervise and monitor their children. Then you should also have options, future options for your child. By saying, when I say future options, I'm talking about setting goals for your child. Like I previously talked about the goals that help you to focus. This is the same way. Usually our parents used to ask us when we were growing up that what do you want to be in future? I remember I had several things that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a pilot, I wanted to be a magistrate. I had so many things. I'm not one of those in either, but what I'm trying to say is these goals help you to focus, because when you set goals for your child, you're going to paint a clear roadmap for this child. You're going to tell them, of course, when you achieve this, you have to go through this and this. And therefore, when you become pregnant, it's going to prevent you from becoming or achieving what you had planned, what we've said. So it is going to help them to guide them through the journey. Point number 5 is always know the child, the friends to your kids. Yeah, like I've talked about this several times, that usually peer influence, our friends have a lot of influence in our decisions. Yeah, so as a parent, remember, if they are friends to your kids, they are also your kids. So let us do a co-parenting, okay? If they are friends to your kids, invite them sometimes for lunch, talk to them, encourage them, advise them, because you know very well that these kids are going to highly influence the decisions of your child. So if you realize that one of the kids is not a good one, try to find a way of maybe talking to the parent. Just find a solution to that, or distancing your child from that person, because you know they are highly going to affect and influence your child's decisions. Now, last but not least, always engage your children in several activities. Me, I was very lucky that I grew up in my home where we had a garden. At that time, honestly, I didn't like it. I didn't like digging at all. But then it kept me so busy. And now seeing the results right now, because most of the people in the village, most of the girls in the village where I grew up from, ended up being pregnant. And the girls, those are the girls that I used to actually admire, because I used to admire they used to spend most of the time watching TV, moving around. But I didn't have that chance. I was very busy that in the morning I was responsible for all the house chores, but also I had to go and do some gardening. Yeah. So try to engage your child. If you do not have a garden, try to maybe engage them in baking. We have different activities. Engage them in carpentry. You know, there are so many activities that you can engage your child for them to be very busy, and they're not going to have the time to think about engaging themselves in sexual activities. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.